What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring y'all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're going to look at Link, which has been doing great, Litecoin, XRP, and Digibyte. So those are the six we're going to try to get into today. And the main focus that I want to talk about for Bitcoin was trying to get through that 12,387 and turning that into support. I think that's so critical that that's the next area that we can get up above. It's been giving us a lot of trouble, for the longest time. We haven't been back even to that area, closing up above it since about July 9th, 2019. So that's going to be extremely important for us. And I also want to go over a few moving averages on the one-day time frame here that may really help you out. I wanted to share this with you guys. It's something I've been using, and I found it pretty effective. So if you get some from this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're trying for 300 likes on this video. You guys been doing it the last few videos, and I'm just really appreciative of that. So we're going to dig into this. First of all, the secret that I want to give you, what I really like to use, and I've found just in back testing things and really going through this, the main moving averages that I feel like work best in this space are the 15 moving average, the 30 EMA, and then the 60 moving average. And it's a variance of those EMAs and simple moving averages. But typically what you get when we're extremely bullish, and I'm going to show you some proof on this, for the 15, when we're extremely bullish, that's basically where our retracements get back to. And then a lot of the times we'll even dig back into that 30. And the example I want to give you, this last time we really made this nice move up to $14,000. You can see each time we made these strong moves, we typically pulled back onto this 15, which is in white, or down to this 30 here in purple. And basically, for the most part, we did not go below that 30 the entire bull market. So I want you to pay attention to that 30. Okay, it's going to be extremely important for us. And also this 15, because after these massive rips, a lot of times we'll just come back and test the 15 before we get moving again. So the first area I'd always look at for support when we're moving up like this is that 15 moving average. And then I'd look at that 30 as well. And then to the upside, I like to see that cross of that 15 over top of the 30. And then to the downside, when you see the 15 cross down through the 30, many times that can show you that it's time to sell and get out of that position. So I really like to use it on the one-day time frame, and I wanted to put it out there for you guys so you could potentially use it for yourself. History, it's important to go back and look at it because a lot of times it repeats itself. A lot of times these things repeat themselves over and over and over in terms of the retracements, even sometimes down, to specific areas like that 0.382, it's hit, down to a wick and then it moves. So it's really important to pay attention to these things. And right now, Bitcoin, since this breakout that we had on heavier volume, which was good, we've been staying up above 10,562. That's great to see. Okay, we want to continue to hold that. We're at $11,700 right now. But what's important next for us, it's this bounce that we're getting out of here. So we basically came back, we almost tested this 15 here, and now we're trying to move to the upside. And what we're trying to do is get over top of 11,845, then that 12,387, and turn that into support so that we potentially can go up there and test that $14,000 range. But this bounce is going to be important. We're going to see if we can get up over top of that, or if this is going to be a lower high, then we need to set a higher low and then try to get out over top of that, or if this is going to turn into consolidation. But I think it's important that we did back test. You can see we wicked down to that 10,562, and that was the area that we broke out through. Remember, you break through resistance, you want to turn it into support, and you want to see that stair step pattern. That's what you're looking for. But this 15, this 30, and this 60, we're up above all of those right now. I still have my downside alert at $9,000 because if we start breaking down through that, things could get ugly pretty fast. But what we're going to need with this move here is also going to be volume, above average volume today. I want to see where this candle closes for Bitcoin. RSI is sitting at 71, and then our stock is at 38 and 46, and we did have our downside cross. So the downside cross came with this bearish engulfing candle right here. But this was like a flash crash, guys. That was a lot of manipulation there, so it's still kind of questionable about what's going to happen, if it's just going to be that sideways movement for a while before we finally try to get up over top of that 12,387. So it's going to be interesting in the days to come here. If we take a look at TradingView and we get into the technicals here, we have a 2 sell, a 9 neutral, and a 17 buy. The oscillators, so this factor in everything, relative strength, all that type of stuff. 2 sell, 8 neutral, 1 buy. Moving averages 0 sell, 1 neutral, and a 16 buy there for Bitcoin. So it is nice to see we're still holding up above those moving averages, and really test those out, guys, for yourself. Go back and look and see what the retracements look like, because a lot of times we'll come back and we'll nail that. And right now that 30 would be at around 10,187, and the 15 is going to be at about 10,800, right around that range. So next we're going to get into Ethereum. Take a look at ETH here. It's right around $400. It's been such a beautiful, explosive move out of here. Yet again, we're on the 1-day time frame. We tagged our target of $417 right to the nose. So guys, that's where technical analysis means so much, because these things happen over and over and over. These are the areas that people are looking at, and that's why they're like self-fulfilling prophecies. So, that was our target. It ended up getting hit. What we want to hold now for support, we're actually going to turn 332 into support. So this green line here, and that's going to also correlate around this 15 moving average. So that'd be the next area if we are to pull back and cool down a little bit here with our RSI being all the way up at 84. I would look to see if we could get a bounce off $332. Below that, it would be that 30, and that'd be right again this previous resistance that we'd want to turn support around $286. So there's going to be the two support areas we're looking at. Overhead resistance, we got to get up above 417. We have had a downward stock cross here with our RSI in extended levels. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did get some type of cooling down. I think that'd be healthy for Ethereum, because this has been such a moonshot. We would want it to cool down and then make that next move up through 417. This has been, an 83% move here, and we have to be aware of that, okay? We're getting a little overextended. Need some cooling down period, but, this is the cryptocurrency space. If Ethereum wants to go absolutely nuts, it can, guys. If you're a long-term investor right now, this is where you want to continue to sit in these positions and let them ride. Buckle up, let them ride. Okay, short-term people, I'm sure they're taking their profits. You can see some longer wick up here. Typically that happens. We get some longer wick, and then people are taking some profit. So we're just going to have to see, but those are support and resistance areas I'm looking at for Ethereum. Next, we're going to look at Link. Link's at $9.46. We had a really nice explosive move, and that was out of this yellow trend line. We were looking at that. We had a trend line break. Came on a little bit below average volume here, so that's something I'd be just a little bit suspect of. And you can also see that our price was at about $9. Our RSI was up around 84. Now our price got up to about $10 there, and our RSI made it to about 75. So if we draw a trend line there, we kind of have that negative divergence where price is going up, but your relative strength was actually going down. So I want you to be aware of that. Stock pretty overextended there at 91 and 91, looking like it wants to have a downside cross, but we have not confirmed that yet. Just, overall, this has just been a beautiful move for Link here. They've been breaking through, $5 was overhead resistance, and we never looked back from there. We kept pushing on through. The next area was that 659, broke through that, went up to around $9 there. We cooled back down to that 659 area, and then this is what we've done next is that nice trend line break to the upside. So I would look for us to try to hold the 15, which is going to be at $8.07, would be the support area I'm looking at, and then it would be down around $7.42, then back around that $6.59. If we take a look at TradingView, we are at a 4 sell, 5 neutral, and a 19 buy. Oscillators are pretty neutral here. 3 sell, 4 neutral, 4 buy. Moving average is looking great. Like we talked about above the 15, the 30, the 60, just cruising right there. We're just going to have to see if we need one of those bigger cool down periods to maybe calm some things down a little bit here. But those are the support areas that I'll be looking at for Link. Next, we're going to be doing, and if you're here for Link, let me know down low so I can keep throwing that in for you if you want to see it. And then we're going to go into Litecoin. These are some of the other coins that I've been looking at. So Litecoin's at $58.86. Take a look at this. And I was actually looking at the longer term view of Litecoin yesterday. So we're really going to zoom out here. And you can see this is the overall macro downtrend that we really need to get out of. And we need to get out of it with conviction. A lot of volume, which we did have, but we also had that selling volume there. So I want you to be aware of that. But you can see it's almost like a massive symmetrical triangle. These lower highs that have been coming in, we are having higher lows, getting that squeeze, seeing if we can break out of this. If we do break out strong, I would look up to around roughly that $64 is going to be overhead resistance, and it's going to be up around $84.44 would be the main area right here. That would be nice to get over top of, set a new higher high in that area. In terms of support, if we zoom in, we want to hold about $53.80 would be an area I'd be looking at, and then it'd be down around $48.36. You can see also where we had that long wick, a lot of profit taking in that area, selling off, and now we've just been moving sideways with some short day candles. If we go into the technicals, we have a 1 sell, 10 neutral, 17 buy, oscillators dead neutral there, 1 sell, 9 neutral, and a 1 buy for Litecoin. So those are the areas I'll be looking at. Then we're going to get into XRP. XRP's at 30 cents. We do have a lot of wicks taking place up here, so I want you guys to be aware of this. And this happens a lot when you see a lot of wicks. Like even in this area, you get a nice little cool down. Some wicks up here, cool down. We are getting that right now. So you can see it's been 1, 2, 3, and now this will be the 4th day that we're going to try to get up over top of that 0.32620. And if we continue to fail, I would suspect that we'd go back down to this area around 25 cents. Would be an area that I'd look at to try to potentially make a nice little buy in that area, start layering in to XRP. If we did hit that area below that, I would look at would be about 22.5 cents, because that's what I like to do, guys. I like to put in buy orders in these lower areas where we potentially could find some support and start layering into positions, starting small, and then as it retraces more, getting deeper into your position is what I like to see here. But we're still up above the 50, the 30, the 60. We're gapping away a little bit from this 15, so we may just need a little bit of a cool down. RSI is still at 82, and we're getting a downward cross on the stock here. So I think it'd be healthy for us to cool down, or at least consolidate a little bit before we try to get up over top of that 32 cents and then 34 cents, which is going to be the overhead resistance right in this area here. The technicals looking at this, but the trend, it's nice to see just the trend up, guys. These moving averages moving up. It's a good sight to see after such a long time, you know, in the bear market where they just constantly were overhead resistance for us. So we have a 4 sell, 7 neutral, and a 17 buy oscillators, 3 sell, 6 neutral, 2 buy, and that's where we just need that cooling down period a little bit. I think it'd be healthy for XRP. And you can see right over here, just in downtrends, how they're trapping you, those moving averages. Okay, always pay attention to that, and right now the trend is up. As simple as it sounds, a lot of people can't figure that type of stuff out. You want to be buying and sitting in positions when the trend's up. When it's down, you would rather be in cash or shorting the market is what you're looking for, okay? Always pay attention to the trends. Then we're going to get into DGB. Do a little Digibyte. If you're here for that, let me know down low. All right, Digibyte still, guys, just not a ton to talk about here, just consolidating sideways. That symmetrical triangle, we broke out. We came back. It was basically a 5% failure. Now we've been having really short day candles. A lot of fight between the bulls and the bears in this area. Volume tapering down. RSI's at 59, which is nice. We're not overextended like some of the other coins. It really doesn't need to calm down. It could make a nice move to the upside through this, but we're going to have to be patient. We still are up above the 15, the 30, the 60, which is good, and that may be enough to propel us because the trend's been up if Bitcoin and Ethereum can continue to move to maybe get that next pop to the upside there, which is going to be important for Digibyte to keep this trend moving, keep it moving to the upside. You can see this cross that we had to the upside. We have not crossed back down below and had one of these sell signals since, and that was April 19th, 2020. So that's a really good thing right now for Digibyte. Digibyte, we have a 3 sell, 9 neutral, 16 buy, oscillators, 1 sell, 8 neutral, 2 buy is what we're looking at. So if you guys get some from these, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Great to see this stuff taking place now. Just be patient. God bless you all.